In this lesson, we're going to learn about solving algebraic equations.
Just a reminder, we have variables. That's that letter or symbol that can take the place of a number. So we can have the letters A, X, B, taking that place of a number. And the reason they're called variables is they can be any number. A could be 7, 12, 13. We're not sure what it is. It's variable.
The other thing that we have worked with is algebraic expressions, like c minus 7 or 2m plus 3. And in that case, we learned how to evaluate those algebraic expressions when we knew the value of c or we knew the value of m. Here we see an algebraic equation, and when we're asked to solve algebraic equations, we're asked to solve for the variable. What is the variable in this algebraic equation? Right, it's t. T is our variable. It's that letter or symbol that takes the place of some number. You'll also notice with an algebraic equation, it's an equation, so we have an equal sign. Here we have the equation 3t equaling 15, and we're asked to solve. And when it says solve again, all it's saying and all it's meaning is solve for the variable. And then so we're solving for t. 3 what t? 3 times t. 3 times some number equals 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. So t equals 5. This is how we write our solution for an algebraic equation. And that's what's called a solution. That's the solution. And so we have solved that algebraic equation. Here we have another algebraic equation. 7 plus x equals 12. 7 plus some number equals 12. 7 plus what equals 12 might be going through your mind. 7 plus 5 equals 12. Right. So x equals 5. X equals 5 is our solution. I like to box our solution. Just makes it a little bit easier for you to see that answer. And again, what we do is we write our variable, we write that equal sign, and then we write the number that that variable equals. Here's another one where it says 15 minus y equals 6. 15 minus y equals 6. 15 minus some number equals 6. 15 minus, equals 6. 15 minus 9 equals 6. So our solution we write as y equaling 9. And again, I'll box that. One of the things you might want to do and really think about as you continue to work with these types of problems is to check your solution and to check your answer. You look again. Anytime you see a y, you replace it with a 9. That's the solution you want. Does 15 minus 9 equal 6? That's what we wrote out right here. Does 15 minus 9 equal 6? Does it equal 6? Yeah, because 6 equals 6. Check mark. Here you're asked to solve and find the value of the variable. It is your turn. Go ahead and hit pause. For this first one, it's 20 divided by r equals 2. We're asked to find that value of r. 20 divided by what equals 2? 20 divided by 10 equals 2. So, for that solution, you should have had r equals 10. For the next one, it says m minus 7 equals 5. What minus 7 equals 5? What minus 7? 12 minus 7 equals 5. So that m equals 12. m equals 12 is called our what of that problem. M equals 12 is the solution, right? Here are two more to look at. 2q equals 12. 2 of q equals 12. 2 times q equals 12. 2 times what equals 12? 2 times 6 equals 12. So that q equals 6 is our solution. Now another way I'm going to continue to show you to solve these is if we had 2q here, we can divide both sides by 2. And what we will do here is if we multiply 2 times some number, and then we divide that same number by 2, we're going to get that same number. We're going to just get q. And what we're doing there is that we're simplifying this equation, and we're working with that equation. We're doing that same thing to both sides of the equation, where we divided both sides of the equation by 2. And then so at that point, 12 divided by 2 is 6. That's what we get right here. And 2q divided by 2 is just q again. Now if we use that strategy and that approach with this problem right here, we have some number divided by 7. Some number divided by 7, and the inverse operation of division is, right, multiplication. So instead of dividing by 7, if we divided a number by 7, we would have to multiply that number by 7 to go ahead and get that same number again. So d divided by 7 times 7 just equals d again. And what did we do to that left-hand side of the equation? Originally we had d divided by 7. We multiplied by 7. So on the right-hand side of the equation, we also have to multiply by 7. So 1 times 7 is 7. And so d equals 7. We look at that again, plug it in. Does 7 divided by 7 equal 1? Yes. You might be looking at this and going, but Mr. Yen, I already know the answer. It's d equals 7. This is just a strategy and an approach, and I'm going to show you on the final screen here just as why it is that this is so important. All right, that's why that strategy and that approach is so important. We have 3m equals 513, and if we're asked to solve for m, we would be, I'm not really sure what number goes in that blank to equal 513. And then so at that point you're going, Sure, I guess you could keep on trying some numbers, like 163. You'd be all, well, let's see, 8131, 489. Well, guess that's not big enough. I guess I could go higher than that. And you can keep on trying because trying to figure out that variable m. Now, if we use that strategy and that approach that we had before, where we were looking at this 3m, this was 3 times some number. We use the inverse operation. How do we clear that 3? So we have 3 times m, which is the same as m times 3, and then we divide by 3. We were able to flip that around. M times 3 versus 3 times m becomes because of that commutative property of multiplication. Now, if we divide it by 3 on the left-hand side of the equation, on the right side of the equation, we also have to divide by 3. Here, on the left-hand side, we're just left with m, and we just have to solve 513 divided by 3. And that's going to be our solution. There's my work there for that solution. That's 171. I did run out of room showing my work. I would have just put it on a separate sheet of paper, but I only have one screen to work with. So m equals 171. Box it. That's our solution. And that would be our check for that solution.
Remember, I had m equals 171, and I had, my original was 3m equaling 513. 513, 513, 3 of m, 3 of 171. I'll leave you with, I know I said that was the last one, but I have a little bit more room here. I'll show you one last one. All right, here's the last one. Oh, I know that 325 minus 15 already is 310. And then so I'll go ahead and do that first. 5b, 5 what b? 5 times b. So I divide both sides by 5 to clear that times 5. And then so b, that's what this evaluates to, 5b divided by 5. And that's why we divide it by 5, would just equal 310 divided by 5, which is 62. Don't believe me? Well, you should. But I'll show you my work there. 5 times 62, does it equal 325 minus 15, which is 310? 2 times 5 is 10. 0, regroup the 1. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 310, which is that value of 325 minus 15. And again, so b equals 62 is our solution. And now you know how to solve algebraic equations.